is. I know it is. And y'all aren't that far away. I mean, your safety records are good. It's just going to take a little bit of a change, a little bit of a change here, a little attitude change, because like I said, that changed attitude produces safety. But on the other hand, that same changed attitude produces success. And safety and success, they go hand in hand. And you can ask this man right here, how much has your attitude had to do with your survival? Without it, you wouldn't have made it, would you? That's right. But see, most of us aren't going to make it. He's special. But you don't want to go through that. He didn't have a choice. But he had the right attitude. He's special. Changed attitude produces safety. Same changed attitude produces success. Because it's real hard to become successful at anything if you end up like this or like this. And it doesn't even have to be this severe to change your life. I mean, what do you think would happen if you just lost your thumb? What do you think would happen? Think that's going to change your life much? Absolutely. See, it doesn't even have to be this severe. But we don't stop and think about that. I mean, after all, never going to happen to me. Accidents always happen to somebody else, see. And when you make a change like that to that in a matter of days, like in my case, a week or a month, whatever it takes, most of you aren't going to make the change because people hate change. Don't you hate change? Sure you do. And change is what's going to make you the most successful in your life, but we fight change. And when you make that kind of change, I promise you, most of you just won't make it. But it takes some things to get there. You're going to have an accident-free workplace. One thing you've got to be is motivated. I mean, you've got to be like me and like Kenny. I'm motivating you a little bit, Kenny.
I think you are.
Absolutely, Kenny, but again, that is the wrong answer. We want you highly motivated, buddy. You're setting the standard this morning. You are setting the bar. You're going to have an accident-free workplace. You've got to be motivated. And that motivation's got to be controlled. I mean, you can't be up one day and down the next, but most people are. You know, you can't let your emotions dictate your life, but most people do that. I mean, most people wake up and every day's a Monday. You know, every day's a Monday. And everybody knows what was your Monday like? Traveling. It sucked, didn't it? Yeah. Wake up Monday morning and say, oh my God, it's Monday. Where did that weekend go? It went by so fast. I got to go back to work. I hate that place. Every day's a Monday. You can't live like that. You're going to have anything in your life. You've got to be motivated, is that right? But that motivation's got to be controlled. You can't be up one day and down the next. But still, yeah, motivation's good, but that won't quite get you there. I mean, it takes a little bit more to get you there. Sure, you got to be motivated, but you got to be committed. You got to be committed to an accident-free workplace. And you got to be committed to it every day. You can't be committed one day, and because they change the way you've been doing things, you get mad and you start acting like my 3-year-old. No. You got to be committed to it every day. And yes, it's a big commitment. An accident-free workplace is a big commitment. But is it worth it? Well, that's a question you're going to have to answer. Is it a standard set too high? Well, I don't believe so. Is it a possibility even? Absolutely. And I promise you it's just going to make your life better. Your whole life. You know, if you're going to have anything in your life, you got to be committed to it, isn't that right? Sure it is. But still, yet that won't quite get you there. And this is where most people miss it right here. The vision. You got to catch the vision for it. And yes, it's a huge vision. Accident-free workplace is a huge vision. Is it too big? I don't think so. Is it a standard set too high? No. I mean, your whole life should just be one big vision, isn't that right? But see, most people don't think that way. Most people don't think that way. Most people, they go through life with, for lack of a better word, I just call it tunnel vision. Well, I'm doing all right. I mean, I've been out there 15, 18 years. I hadn't hurt nobody. Why do I need to change my attitude? Why do I need to change the way I do things? We all need to change. How many of you have been doing what you've been doing 15 years or better? Raise your hand. 5 or less. Who do you think's the first one prone to have that first accident? All these old guys out there been doing this thing 15, 18, 20 years? Or the new people coming in that don't know squat? Who's going to have the first accident? Why? Old people. Why? Complacency. Well, I like to say it this way. See, you old guys, you've been doing this stuff so long, you know every shortcut there is. Isn't that right? You know, you know how to get around every procedure that's ever been written. You know how to get around every practice that's ever been put in place. Isn't that right? Sure, we've all been there. You've been doing it so long and getting away with it that you think your luck's going to run forever, but it won't. Eventually your luck will run out and somebody will pay. And these young guys come in there and they're looking around all this equipment, all this machinery, and they're going, man, I could get hurt in here. I need to be careful. And you old guys get them out there on the line, you start, well, you know, we don't do it that way here. I know that's how you was trained, but we don't do it like that here. We do it this way. It's faster. It's more productive. And after all, the company, you know, they don't really mean that safety stuff. They got to say that. And what do you do to them? You corrupt them, don't you? And you got this never-ending circle of incident after incident after incident until eventually, wham, somebody pays. If you're going to have an accident-free workplace, that's got to stop. Everybody from the very top to the very bottom has got to do everything they've been trained to do 100% of the time, 100% correctly. When you do that, you eliminate the hazards. When you have no hazards, you have no accidents. Does this make sense to you? It's not rocket science. Is it worth it? Again, you don't want to come in my world, do you, Kenny? It changes everything. It changes everything. I mean, I come from a close family. First time I ever saw my daddy cry was after my accident. We raised quarter horses. He'd come out to the ranch early in the morning, and we'd sit out there, and we'd drink coffee together, and we'd dream together. First time I ever saw my daddy cry was after I got hurt. I walked on him one morning. He had socks up on his hands like this, where he'd have stumps, you know. He's got this big old styrofoam cup of hot coffee, and he's sitting there at the table trying to pick up this cup just to figure out how I was going to drink. We didn't know what my life was going to be like. He's sitting there trying to get that cup up, pouring hot coffee down his chest, big old crocodile tears rolling down his cheeks, man. It changes everything. That's why safety has got to become the most important thing in your life, because your safety affects the most important people in your life. Is it worth it? Man, I believe it is, man. I believe it is. An accident-free workplace. Is it a possibility? I don't think I'm reaching, Kenny. Do you?
Well, I'm highly motivated.
I think we need to motivate somebody else. So what do you?